dear friends, and welcome to another yoga practice. I'm so happy that you've made the choice to sit on your mat this morning or night or whenever you're accessing this video. That's the beauty of making these, is that you guys can come to them whenever works for you. And today's video is going to be an energizing morning practice that you can return to every single morning if you find that it really works for you. And I've noticed that a lot of people just have difficulty starting a morning routine and starting a morning practice, just because, especially from where we are, it's winter time, we just want to stay in bed and it's nice and cozy, and I'm totally on that vibe as well. I'm guilty of that. But it helps to just have something that we can come to, a practice that we really enjoy, that wakes us up, that makes us feel good and makes us want to return to the practice. So today's video will be mostly just fundamental poses, energizing poses that you can use every single morning to awaken the body and just align yourself with your breath as well. And so I wanted to open up our practice today with just a little bit of chanting of Om and heart chakra sound healing, which is going to be in the note of F. So as you're beginning to arrive on your mat, make your morning routine something that you really enjoy. So if it means creating this ritual, it's like you're creating every aspect of it. So you know, go ahead and get your tea, get your coffee, get yourself nice and set up. Take gentle care of creating each part of your ritual. Make it very intentional, and you'll find that it's very easy to return to something that is beautiful that you've created for yourself. So as we begin, get yourself nice and cozy on your mat. We're going to begin in comfortable seat, which is what I'm in right now, an easy pose, Sukhasana. And so you can just begin to close the eyes here. And we're not changing anything about our breath. We're just tuning into the inner by shutting out our outer perception. Just allowing yourself to close the eyes and noticing where you might be holding tension in the body, maybe in the shoulders. Maybe you're taking them all the way up to the ears when you breathe. So just actively stretch them back and down. Find your tall spine shooting straight up from the earth, sit bones to crown. And notice the quality of your breath today. Notice how you are feeling. A little physical check-in. And there's no right or wrong answer here. It's just you asking yourself, how are you doing today? Everything is a part of the spectrum, all emotions. And even if you're feeling bad and just not in the proper headspace, that's totally okay too. That's why we come to the practice. It's not something that we only do when we're feeling good. It's something that we can come to when we're feeling bad, knowing that it will uplift us. Allow any tension to melt away from your face. And we'll take 3 deep, long, slow, guided breaths together. So allow all of the air to exit the body. And pause, noticing the space of emptiness after letting all of that breath go. Just for a moment. Then inhale slowly through the nose. And pause and hold the breath, letting the energy build, noticing it building maybe all the way into the crown of the head. And just for 3, 2, 1, and then slow, steady stream of air exhaling through the mouth. Pausing for a moment to notice the space, and continuing with the inhale slowly through the nose. Pause and notice the space at the top of the inhalation for just 3, 2, 1, and then slowly exhale. And then last round of breath, deep inhale, slow and steady. Pause and notice the space once you reach the top for 3, 2, 1. And then slowly exhale, noticing the breath press out of the body. And then you can just remain there in meditation. And I'm just going to play a tone here on the sound bowl for us to chant an Om. So just allowing the eyes to close and to be still here. And let the vibrations wash over you. You can draw the hands together at heart center and Anjali Mudra, bow the head, and form an intention for your practice today, or maybe for your entire day. And this can be anything that comes to mind. There's no pressure here. Just tapping into the energy of the day, aligning with how you feel, knowing your motivations and capabilities. And once you're ready, inhale, sweep the arms up, invite one big sun breath, opening your intention up to the world. And then exhaling, arms come to the side. Inhale, arms sweep back up through the heart. Exhale, releasing at the sides, making these nice full motions. Inhale, last one. And exhale, this time releasing the hands out behind you. Fingertips can point whatever direction works best. Inhale, slowly press through the chest, and then as you exhale, round the shoulders, just gently at first, maybe tucking the chin at the last moment. Inhale, lift through the chest, press up from the palms, squeeze between shoulder blades, and then this time as you exhale, bring the hands out in front of you, and find just a bit of a forward fold to awaken the back body. Just 3 rounds of breath here. We'll begin to move a little bit quicker. And as you feel ready, slowly walk the hands back. Go ahead and bring your right hand to left shoulder, gently weighing it down, and then drop the right ear over to right shoulder. And maybe you draw the chin down towards the chest, just slowly exploring some opening in those trapezius muscles on the left side. Maybe drawing head back as you melt the right ear to right shoulder. If you'd like even a little more sensation to come into the left arm, you can walk those left fingertips out beside you. And try to keep some lift in the chest here. We don't want to collapse our whole body. Just 1 round of breath. And then as you find your next exhale, come back through to center. Hands come to the heart for a brief moment to notice the energy leaving that left side of the neck. And then you can find the motion on the other side, maybe bringing right fingertips out beside you, left hand comes to right shoulder, left ear melts to left shoulder. And if you really enjoy drawing the chin down to the chest and drawing the head back to really get into that side of the neck, then you can go ahead and return to that motion. And just a couple rounds of breath here. Noticing what's coming up. Noticing if you feel tension, if it's strong or if it's light. And then go ahead and release, come back to center. And you can plant the palms down on the mat here, and then come on into your table pose. Once you arrive in table, extend your right leg back. Inhale. As you exhale, take the right leg over to the left side of the mat, keeping the toes curled under, and gaze back at your left heel, or your right heel, excuse me. Just 1 round of breath here. Then as you exhale, come back to center and draw this right knee on over to the right side of the mat. Hug it into the chest. Inhale, hug up, hug the knee up and in, press into the palms. Exhale, send the right leg back. Deep breath in. Exhale, right leg over to the left side just once more. Gaze back at the right heel. Inhale, open that right knee up, bring it over towards the right side of the mat, and exhale, hug it into the chest. You can go ahead and release the knee off or back onto the mat. Deep breath in, inhale, and find a little cow motion. Dropping the belly, pulling the heart through the shoulders, and exhaling, finding cat, rounded. Inhale, find cow. Dropping the belly, peeling tailbone up, heart comes through the shoulders, and then exhale, cat. Arrive back in a neutral table. Inhale, extend the left leg back. Exhale, left leg comes on over to the right side of the mat. Gaze back at the left heel. Just one round of breath here. And then as you exhale, take that left leg back on over, send it towards, bending the knee, send it towards the left side of the mat, and then hugging that knee up towards the chest. Round in the spine. Inhale, stretch it back. And then exhale, left leg comes over to right side of the mat, curling toes under, gazing back. Sending it back on over to the left side of the mat. Hug the left knee up towards the chest one last time. And then release slowly to the earth. Inhale, curl the toes under, and begin to rock forward and back with the toes curled. Maybe as you rock back, stretching the glutes back towards the heels, awakening that Achilles area. You should really feel that as you curl the toes under. Maybe you inhale, come forward slightly over the wrist to give them a little stretch. Then exhale, send the glutes back, curl the toes under. Maybe your knees even briefly lift off the mat, but just be gentle with yourself. Inhale, rock over the wrists slightly. Exhale, send the hips back, toes curled under. Find your way back to a neutral table. And inhale, take your knees off the mat, coming into floating table. So your shins are parallel. We're finding 3 rounds of powerful breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe you let it go out of the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, send the hips up for the first downward dog of your practice. Pedaling each knee out one at a time. Stretching heels back and down. Maybe seeing how it feels to take a deep bend in both knees. Send belly back towards upper thighs. Elbow creases should be shining towards the front of the mat, externally rotating the upper arms. That's a really subtle motion. Wherever you are, find 3 rounds of falling out breath. Deep inhale. Exhale. Let it go. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Last one, inhale. And exhale, let it all go. Inhale, take your gaze forward. Exhale, step or hop to the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, palms above the knees, elbows hug in at side body. Exhale, fold forward, deep bend in the knees, reach for opposite elbows. Sway over to the right, and then sway gently over to the left. Swaying to the right, and swaying to the left. One more time. Over to the right, over to the left. And releasing elbows. Inhale, scroll all the way up to upward mountain Urdhva Tadasana. Arms sweep. And exhale, hands come to the heart. Inhale, arms sweep back up. Upward mountain Urdhva Tadasana. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back. Hands above the knees. Exhale, palms plant, step back. And remain here in your high plank for just 3 rounds of breath. No pressure here. You can always drop the knees if this is too much. You're still getting a wonderful arm activation if you take the knees down. Just make sure you're keeping that flat back. 2 more rounds of breath. You guys got this. Send the breath back into the body. And then with either knees dropped, or you can stay up in high plank, roll slightly over the wrist, hug the elbows in its side body, and lower slowly. Low plank, chaturanga. Inhale, tops of the feet press into the mat, hands below the shoulders, cobra pose. Exhale, downward dog. Finding the breath once you arrive. 3 rounds. And last round of breath. And as you find your next inhalation, begin to walk the hands back towards the feet. Exhale, find a forward fold. Maybe straightening the legs a bit to awaken the hamstrings. Inhale, arms sweep up. Upward mountain, Urdhva Tadasana. Exhale, hands at heart. Inhale, upward mountain. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk the hands out to high plank. Pausing for a moment. Inhale. And exhale, send the hips back, downward dog. Inhale, send the right leg out long, lifting it off the mat. As you exhale, come onto the ball of the left foot. Bend the left knee just a tad. Find this down dog split here. Just 1 round of breath. You got this. Then as you exhale, right knee comes up towards the face. Hug it to the chest. Step it forward. And that's a really difficult motion for some people. If you can't quite get there, step both feet forward and just step your left foot back. Oh, hi Nugget, I didn't even realize you're in here. And then we'll be finding low crescent lunge. So drop your left knee to the mat. Inhale, arms sweep up, upper arms along the ears. As you exhale, right hand comes behind, left arm in front, gentle twist. Then left hand lands beside right ankle. Inhale, right arm spins up overhead. Exhale, frame that right foot, step it back. Now you can find a vinyasa, going from inhale, high plank, exhale, lower chaturanga, inhale, cobra or up dog, and exhale, downward dog. Or you can always skip that vinyasa. Never feel like you have to do too much if that's too much for you. You can always just come back to downward dog or child's pose. Big toes come to touch once you're in downward dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Ooh. Exhale, come up onto the ball of the right foot. Send the energy through the left toes. Bend the right knee just a bit. Deep breath in. And exhale, left knee coils up towards the chest. Step it forward, or do the step back method. Stepping forward to the front of the mat, and then stepping the right foot back. Right knee drops. Inhale, low crescent. Exhale, left arm behind you, right arm in front. Gentle twist. Right hand falls beside left ankle. Inhale, left arm comes up overhead. Exhale, frame that left foot. Curl the right toes under and step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms sweep all the way up, Urdhva Tadasana. And exhale, hands at heart. Inhale, arms sweep up. And this time, go ahead and reach for opposite elbows. As you exhale, slowly drop over to your right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, slowly drop to your left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, drop to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, drop to the left. And inhale, come back through center. Hands come apart and reach up. And then exhale, fold all the way. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then as you exhale, plant your palms down on the mat. Step the left foot back. Left heel grounds to the mat this time. Inhale, find warrior one. hips are square to the front of the mat. Maybe you take your hands to do a little hip check-in, taking right hip back slightly and left hip forward, sinking the right knee directly over right ankle. Pausing in your warrior one, feeling the strength as you gently press into the outer edge of the back foot, as if you're trying to stretch and pull the mat apart from right heel all the way to that back foot. Just one more round of breath. Maybe you inhale and take the upper arms along the ears even a bit more. And then as you exhale, open the hips up, find warrior two. Torso stacked over hips, facing the left side of the mat. Release the left hand behind the back. Inhale, right arm presses up, reversing your warrior. Then as you exhale, reach slightly forward. Pause here as if you're about to lunge forward. Right fingertips leading. Inhale, press it back up. And exhale, reverse the warrior even deeper. Inhale, take that right arm out in front of you. And then this time as you exhale, release right elbow down to just behind the right knee. And inhale, sweep the left arm up overhead for extended side angle. 2 rounds of breath here. You got this. Then as you find your exhale, release left hand beside left ankle, come onto the ball of the left foot. Inhale, right arm stretches across the chest, opening up. Exhale, frame that right foot. Send the right foot back and find a vinyasa, high plank, chaturanga, up dog or cobra to down dog, or just head on back to downward dog. Whatever you are feeling that you need today. 2 rounds of falling out breath once you arrive in downward dog or wherever you are. Allowing that exhalation to totally come out of the mouth, pressing out all that no longer serves. Big toes come to touch once you're ready. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose, step it forward. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Right heel grounds to the mat. Finding that similar stretching motion, creating opposing force underneath the feet. As if you're growing up from the mat. Left knee directly over left ankle if it's comfortable. And if that's not comfortable, you might need to shorten your stance. So just stepping that back foot forward a bit, you'll get more mobility. Couple rounds of breath here. Finding your strength, tapping into it, letting it rise with the breath. And then as you exhale, open it up. Warrior two, hips open to the right side of the mat. Torso stacked directly over, and chest as well. Checking in with your warrior two, checking in with the arms. Gaze over left fingertips. Deep breath in. And then releasing right hand behind the back. Inhale, left arm presses up. Reversing your warrior. Exhale, left arm comes directly over left knee. Pausing here as if you're about to reach forward. Inhale, reverse your warrior once more. And exhale, find extended side angle. Left elbow comes just behind left knee. Inhale, right arm opens up overhead. 3 rounds of breath here. You got this. And taking your gaze maybe towards the wall that you would be looking at if your face is just facing the right side of the mat. You don't want to look down, because then our energy tends to suck downward, maybe even gazing up, seeing if you can look past your right thumb. Last breath in, you got this. And exhale, release right hand beside left ankle, come on to the right toes. Inhale, left arm opens up overhead. Exhale, frame the left foot, step it back, deep breath in. Exhale, find a vinyasa. Maybe you drop knees down, lower through chaturanga, or send it back to downward dog, or child's pose, whatever you need. I'm going to choose child's pose. Just 3 rounds of breath wherever you are. And then as you feel ready, you can slowly press yourself up. And if you're in downward dog, go ahead and drop yourself down into table pose. Then you're going to just take your feet off to one side and then send the legs out long in front of you. And so pausing here, just in staff pose, Dandasana, taking the toes all the way up to the ceiling, finding your straight spine, palms resting on the thighs, and just a few rounds of breath here. Noticing how you feel, noticing the heat and the energy pulsing through your body, activating you for the rest of the day. And then as you become ready, you can bring the soles of the feet to touch and slowly slide the heels, not all the way back towards the groin, but just a little bit close to that place, whatever's comfortable for you. Find a deep breath in and a nice straight spine. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. And then as you exhale, slowly lower into a forward fold. Maybe you can release the elbows just in front of the shins, and you can use that to help you keep a straight back while you're folding. Whatever works for you. If you have any low back issues, I would recommend taking it slow, just for anyone who might have some tenderness there. This is the ultimate time to notice what has come up for you, what has come up throughout the practice in your thoughts, and not allowing your thoughts to tell you what to do, to push you around, in a sense. There will always be an endless inundation of thoughts coming into the mind. That is not something that you can stop. However, you can choose not to delve into the content of the thoughts and enter into a spiral. You can choose to let the thoughts keep floating by. It is only the ego that tells us that we have to be attached to our thought and our humanness. When you're ready, slowly begin to press yourself away from the feet. And then you'll take your legs out long in a wide-legged seated position. So we don't want to take it too wide just at first, and I'll offer some modifications if this is really uncomfortable for you. So first option is if you have a pillow and you're having like some really weird knee pain or something right now, you can take a pillow and just stuff it right under each knee crease. That will really be beneficial for you. And just pointing toes up towards the ceiling to protect the knee space. Maybe you're even mobile enough to just keep a little space under there already. And then another option is we'll be moving on the left side first. So maybe you want to take right sole of the foot in towards the left inner thigh if that's already feeling like too much for you. As you find your first breath in, take the arms all the way up as if you're holding a big beach ball. And then as you exhale, release all the way down towards that left leg. Left hand releases first, maybe to the foot, maybe to the shin. And then right hand releases overhead, maybe reaching for your left big toe. Or if it feels really good here to get into that part of the low back, maybe you gently rotate your chest down towards the floor. Or if maybe it feels really good to isolate the side stretch and open the chest up towards the ceiling. Wherever you are, pause there. Breathe deeply into the stretch, the expansion. Just a couple more rounds. And as you feel ready, slowly begin to press yourself away from that left leg, using the hands to help you. Then drawing the hands at heart center and noticing what has moved for you, if anything at all. Maybe you're even feeling a little tingling around that space that was stretching open for you. then we'll go ahead for the other side whenever you're ready. And you can keep the legs open for this if you would like, but like I said, you just might need to modify by taking the other opposite leg in towards the inner thigh, and then taking arms up, upper arms beside ears, holding a big beach ball, deep breath in, and then as you exhale, slowly lowering over towards that right leg, releasing right hand first, then maybe left hand can reach for something. If not, that's totally okay. I meant to mention this before, but you can also bend the left elbow and just leave your left palm at the back of your head. Find your breath here once more. Allow it to guide you. If the breath ever becomes discomforted, you can always change where you are, change the position. And if you find yourself disconnected from the breath, just guide yourself slowly back to it. And once you become ready, you can slowly press yourself back up towards center. And draw the hands at the heart for just a moment of noticing, a moment of gratitude for your body, for yourself. Deep breath in of love, and breath out of love. And then you can release the hands away. And then we're going to find our way onto our backs for a reclined position. Nugget decided to join us for this practice. She probably wants something for me, that's why she's in here. So as you're finding your way onto your back, moving slowly and just being gentle with yourself, you're going to leave the knees bent and draw the heels back towards the glutes. Not quite all the way, we still want our ankle to be aligned underneath our knee. So just find that alignment first. And then you'll find just a tiny tuck of the shoulder blades underneath the upper back, facing the palms down at the mat. Find a deep breath in here, feel it in the belly. And exhale, let go of the breath. Notice how the low back reaches down to the mat. And just one more breath of awareness, of being in your body, ready for the day, ready to present your best self. And then on your next inhale, tilt the pelvis slightly up so that the low back can reach down towards the mat. So your navel is tucking in towards your spine. You should feel a sort of hollow area below the ribs. Not feel with your hands per se, but feel inside the body. So doing that little tilt at first, finding an inhale, and then slowly lifting off the earth once you've found that little tilt. And then exhale, lowering back down. This is really great to stabilize the spine. Inhale, lifting hips back up, keeping knees hugging towards one another at the inner thighs as if you're squeezing a block between your legs. Then exhale, lowering back down. Inhale, lift the hips. And exhale, lower slowly, keeping that pelvic tilt. And then last one, inhale. And exhale, lower on down, release the pelvic tilt. And then maybe, if it's comfortable for the low back, you hug both knees in towards the chest and gently begin to rock side to side. And then sort of remaining in this position with the knees coming in towards the chest, go ahead and open your arms up in a T. Find a deep breath in. And as you exhale, drop the knees off towards the right. Maybe you take your right hand to gently weigh down on the outer edge of the left leg. Or if you're feeling any pinching or anything painful at all, take it a step back. Maybe take your fist and place it in between the legs. And you might not feel like a lot of sensation working here, but there are a lot of subtle happenings that occur when we twist at the navel, at the location of our solar plexus, which, if you guys were watching last week, we talked a lot about solar plexus energy and how it affects digestion. So it's really important in the morning to awaken your digestive system. And we can do that by drinking water initially right when we get up, and by maybe engaging in just a gentle twist. Of course, after awakening the spine and making sure that our spines are ready. So noticing the breath and how, as you fill the belly, the twist comes in even deeper and allows you to exhale, feeling that little slight tuck underneath the rib cage. Option, if you're not quite feeling it, to cross the left leg over the right and then enter into the twist. One more round of breath here. Enable your body to be fully relaxed as you find your next inhale and slowly lift the legs away from the earth. Take your feet to the outer edge of the mat and allow the knees to fall inward towards one another in a constructive rest pose for just a moment of noticing what has arisen for you after that practice. And then as you become ready, you can either enter into it the way we did before, hugging knees to chest and then dropping the legs off to the left. Or if you really liked crossing right leg over left, maybe you try for that this time. Ooh, you might get a couple of cracks. So just be careful, beware. Be aware, not beware. And fine, just 3 or so rounds of breath here. Moving towards final rest, allowing the practice itself to mimic life. It's a little microcosm representing nugget, come on. It's a little microcosm just representing all of the things that we experience on a daily basis. Our emotions go from high to low, our bodies from energetic and activated to relaxed and serene. Aligning ourselves with that energy in our practice helps us literally train our thoughts to be more responsive and act more effectively with ease in daily life. And as you become ready, on your next inhale, you can slowly lift your legs away, coming back through to center. And then this time, for Shavasana, option to come into traditional Shavasana, corpse pose, extending legs out long, flipping the palms up, or maybe since this is an energizing morning practice, you decide to come into meditation. That easy pose, Sukhasana, like we were in at the beginning of class. Whatever works best for you. Wherever you are, you will be able to relax your thoughts, relax your mind. Whether in Shavasana or Sukhasana. Close the eyes. Notice the feeling of where your body is resting on this physical plane. Notice how if we just shut out all of those occurrences, we come to a different plane. Notice each part of your body resting on the earth. Notice your heart and your chest to feel rather open or closed. And then as you find a few more deep rounds of breath, I'll just go ahead and play the heart chakra, getting you ready with open hearts for the day, ready to receive. I'll just share a mantra for you that is known as the Ganesh mantra, and Ganesh is the remover of obstacles. So this is a great morning mantra to bring into your practice, and it's quite noticeable as well. There have been many times where I chant this mantra and then I'll go drive and there's nobody on the road and all obstacles have been removed, and my day just flows with a little bit more ease. So as I chant the words, just imagine all of your perceived obstacles melting away, being shed away from your energetic existence. Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurame Deva Sarvakaryesu Sarvada. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And wherever you are, you can continue to remain there, or you can begin to awaken yourself, preparing for the day, wiggling fingers and toes, and maybe drawing the hands together at the heart and thanking yourself in deep reverence for being here for your practice. Maybe remembering the intention that you set at the beginning of class. I thank you for being here with me as well, taking the time for yourself. The light in me sees and honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste.